I took I took some time off to rest, and now it's game time, bitches.
You live in a gated community.
It's called a gated community.
To me, the gay community has started to become bullies.
Have you ever thought how your life might be different if you were gay?
Racism is alive and well in the gay community.
I just want us to have an open conversation, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, anybody. I want this to be a safe space for everyone.
Lord, I think I done pulled into I was gonna say I done pulled into somebody's gated community.
Gay community as us as a trans community.
Who is having that conversation?
All right, you guys, Links Live back with another hot episode. Let's go.
The introduction. The introduction.
Yo. Y'all know what time it is. You know, every Thursday night right here. Links Live. I'm your host, Damon Links. Love yourself, no exception. And I got another very, 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 very special episode tonight. I got a full audience today. My boy Corey's in the building, host of the Gated Community Podcast, and we got his great friends and also some great friends of mine, I guess, Kendrick and Dwayne.
Hey yo, I was on the plane with the wine.
In the building, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be learning about Corey's new podcast. He's all the way here. Not new podcast, you're on season 2. Corey's podcast, The Gated Community. Say something to the people. Are you on?
No. Am I?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we're going to be learning about his podcast today. We also got some music bites. We're going to find out what's on his playlist because, you know, every time I have a guest, I got to find out what's on their playlist. And we're going to play some drinking games. We got, I'm drinking margaritas. You know, I'm just on this tequila kick lately. They're drinking Maker's Mark, I think. So, you know, we're going to get started. But yeah, Corey's in town for a few weeks. He comes every year.
What's the tea, Atlanta? What's going on?
He comes every year to say what's up. He had us hanging out this weekend. I'm waiting on him to finish texting on his phone.
Girl, we finna. I'm waiting on Corey now to come.
But
what I'm doing right now is I'm updating my following on the Gated Community on Instagram because I had let everybody know. Everybody was anticipating this live, anticipating me going live, but I was having some technical difficulties.
Oh my gosh!
Wait, can you turn my mic up?
Yeah,
because
I think your mic is up.
I'd like to, yeah, just a little. I'd like to.
Hold on, let me make sure.
Thank you. It's a bit dodgy. Can you can hear me? I just like to hear myself sometimes. But back to what I was doing. I'm not being
Nicki Minaj on amp radio.
I'm not being rude. I'm just letting you guys know to stay tuned for the playback because I'm not able to go live tonight to record.
I'm just saying. I would like to get into some things.
Sickening
people are on their phone.
Episode that is planned.
You know what? It's okay. It's okay.
That my good friend Damon has set up. So please. Pardon me for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Not 3 to 5 minutes. We had a whole anyway.
I got followers. I got to post on one account, another account, Twitter. I got to let my girls know. I ain't about to just sit up here and be like, oh, well.
It just didn't happen.
What happened to the lot?
It just didn't happen.
Communication is key.
Talk to your followers. Talk to your
Communication is key.
Kendrick and Dwayne.
Because we also do a podcast, too. We have to give a shout out to Aisha Bright. Right?
Absolutely, yes.
Because we do a podcast, too, on Sundays.
Tell them about it.
Go ahead.
So yes, we do a podcast, the Botanica Podcast.
Yes,
you can
check that out.
Catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you can hear
all
podcasts
of that shit. So
worldwide.
Look, I got some celebs in the building, some very, very special guests. They're so excited to be here.
We are.
I only get to see them annually.
Well,
what?
Well,
who fault that is?
Oh my goodness, my glasses fell off. Hold on.
The last time we did catch up with you was at the infamous Friendsgiving, which is happening this year.
I thought, oh wait, that was a Friendsgiving last year with that good buffalo dip.
Yes.
Oh, are you making the buffalo dip this year?
Right.
Are you making the buffalo dip this year? That's what I need to know.
No, I'm not hosting this year, so I'm not making anything.
Can Pee Wee make the buffalo dip?
Well, he got some other dishes for you, okay?
No, I don't. All right. do?
No, he said this year he's gonna do it big. He's gonna cater. He's gonna have.
Oh,
everything.
who's catering? Is it This Is It?
Oh, hello.
He.
Listen, I'm staying out of that. I'm staying out of that.
Okay, no,
However,
I'll definitely be there.
Absolutely.
Be there.
And Corey will be too.
This past weekend,
I said Corey will be there too.
Well, you got to be there, but because how did I get on the invite list and Corey ain't on the invite list?
No, Corey wasn't.
I mean, Corey doesn't plan on going. That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant to say.
He's gonna be there. Corey's gonna be there.
Oh, Carisha, please.
First of all, don't snatch.
This is not the snatch game.
Ooh, who got snatched?
So I'm gonna give it right back.
Who's snatching? Anyway, this past weekend, Corey booked us reservations at Murphy's. I enjoyed it. That was my first time going. I like going to brunch with you because you always pick somewhere appropriate.
Yeah, it was nostalgic for me because I haven't been there since before I moved to LA.
So like 2013?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2013 is when I moved here, so 2012.
2013
I really
is when I moved.
I really liked it. I mean, until we got told we were too loud. Dwayne also went. Dwayne, can you tell us about your experience at Murphy's? He ain't even ready.
Daddy, chill.
We went to Murphy's this weekend.
Okay, yes we did.
Over in Virginia Highlands, which I enjoyed because of Corey. He always takes us somewhere pedestrian for brunch.
Somewhere a little bourgeois. You know what I'm saying? Well, I would say, Murphy's was a fun time. We had a great time.
We
got
did.
some great food there. I actually ordered the Parmesan crusted chicken.
Yes,
with
did you like it?
It was really good. Now, there was a lady there who kind of came to us and had to let us know, we was a little too loud.
You got
for the
discriminated
establishment.
against?
You need to leave.
Right. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't want to say go that far, Damon, but I would say that it was just a little bit peculiar that they were asking us to use our inside voice outside.
We were on the patio.
Right.
But the food made up for it. I had the brisket hash. It was amazing.
How was your mimosas?
I actually like my mimosas, but I love mimosas. I love mimosas and margaritas.
So
I really do. I used to be a dark liquor drinker, but now it's just like mimosas and margaritas all the time.
Give me one margarita, I'ma open my legs.
Well, I definitely enjoyed my drink.
Especially if I'm on a diet, then it's mimosas and margaritas.
Okay. I definitely enjoyed my drink. I had the Irish coffee. It was like a bourbon or maybe like a whiskey with like some coffee. After the second or third drink, you know what I'm saying? It really don't
It
make
all starts running together.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Corey, how was your experience at Murphy's?
Are we ready? Corey, did you finish updating to your followers what was going on?
Your experience at Murphy's.
All right, pay Murphy's.
I feel like that was a setup.
What? Murphy's?
It just got to me, and you was like, just pay Murphy's. So that was just like, pay what Corey gotta
you said
say.
that Murphy's was nostalgia for you because you haven't been there since.
Right, but there was also a moment of microaggression. I won't say racism.
Well, before we get to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Before we get to that, what did you feel like the food quality was the same? Was it just as you remembered? Because a lot of these restaurants sometimes be going downhill.
I would have to say that I did not enjoy my food as much as I did back before I moved to LA.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit better. Obviously, I didn't order the same thing that I would usually get when I go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the food quality was a bit subpar. I didn't even finish it. But then also the conversations were, I think that kind of like contributed to my loss of appetite in addition to the food not being, what I know it to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I enjoyed my food for me to be a first timer, so I guess that's why I was wondering, has it always been like that? Because it was pretty good to me, but my food was pretty flavorful. So you guys, I had the brisket hash, and it was like amazing.
I had the shrimp and grits, and it was less than amazing. The Lawrence has the best. Yes.
Where's Lawrence?
It's where Joe's on Juniper used to be. It's like maybe like a block down from that. I think it's like maybe 12th and Juniper or something like that.
12th and Juniper.
It's like in a little pocket. You know what? It's right behind Bulldogs.
Oh, so it's that way.
Yeah, it's right behind Bulldogs.
I went to the Nook a few weeks ago.
That sounds familiar.
The Nook is like right across from Piedmont on the corner. Like if you go, Willie's in the front entrance.
Right.
If you keep going back towards Mix.
Right.
It's like right on the corner.
Wait. Mix. Where's Mix?
Mix is at Piedmont and Monroe.
No.
Oh, you've never been to Mix? I don't think he has. Oh, he's new. Okay, so anyway, you know where like the street the Einsteins is?
Because Mix used to be across the street adjacent to your old place on Cheshire Bridge, right?
No, that wasn't Mix. That was the Eagle, wasn't it? Or something?
Near the Publix?
Ain't one no club by the Publix?
Oh, okay.
Or was there?
Well, I don't know. But then they changed like Midtown Moon to Eagle.
They changed Midtown Moon. I don't go to Midtown Moon or Burkhart's. I don't like white clubs.
It's not Midtown Moon anymore. From what I
Okay. Give me the
You because you just said something and I want to dissect it for a second. You said I don't know about that club because I don't like white clubs. What's the tea?
I just don't like white clubs.
Why's that?
I just don't like the music.
Some have called this term microaggressions even a misnomer because there's nothing small about the effects of that kind of racism. How would you define them?
It's more like an energy and vibe thing. Like I just don't like the music.
What kind of music do they play that you don't like?
Like if I go to Blake's, they play a lot of pop, a lot of like, it's not ratchet enough for me.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why. I don't like the vibe of white clubs. Unless I'm just in the mood for that. Now,
so is it the vibe or is it the music?
The vibe and the music are kind of the same thing for me.
How so?
Because I'm a DJ. So like, to me, I go out for the music. Like that's why I go out.
I guess that's because the music could be off, but the vibe could be good.
I've had that happen. Like when I was in London, I went to the white club. And I mean, they did have a black club too, but they played a lot of Afro beats.
It's a lot of racism over there too, but that's for another day.
In London?
Boots.
I just have a question.
Yes.
Your lips were so close to the mic. It's just like, girl, you were kissing it. I almost felt like, is there something that is going on right now? Like, girl, can you just pull back a little bit? You just a tad bit.
Don't talk. Don't stay. You need to fuck off and go back to Westworld.
But ma'am,
you need to fuck off.
But ma'am,
I said fuck off. 3 fucks, you're out.
And this is what jealousy sounds like.
Because you keep saying like you don't like the white music and stuff like this or whatever, right? So it's not saying that you don't necessarily. You just have a preference, right?
When I'm going out like to turn up, like I don't mind. Like I listen to pop music like when I'm at home or like at the gym. But like if I'm going like out to like have drinks and like have a good time, I want more of like a ratchet vibe.
So hypothetically, if we were to invite you to that particular place, you wouldn't have a great time at all?
No, I would have an okay time. I would probably have a good time. Because also when I go out, it depends on who I'm with.
Okay.
So I go out to either fellowship or catch a vibe. Okay. Now, if I'm going to catch a vibe, I usually go like by myself. Because I'll like go to clubs like by myself. And so if I go to like a club alone, then I'll probably go to like, I don't know, whatever the little ratchet clubs are when they have them. But it's always a bunch of young people. So I usually just hang out at the bar, stay for like an hour and leave. But I'm not against going anywhere, honestly. Like, if people want to go and it's a group of people I know going and I know they're fun, I don't care. But if I had to choose, then it would be like a specific place. So that's why like when a lot of my friends be like, oh, let's go to brunch. I'd be like, do you want to vibe or you want to eat? Because I don't really care about the food. I like going places like BQE, Escobar. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really just going to have me some mimosas and get drunk and get fucked up. So I really don't care. Like, give me a waffle. So can soak up the liquor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so look, you guys, we talked a lot about Murphy's. I didn't plan to spend that much time on Murphy's, but it was a good time. Make sure y'all check that out, and also Brunch Spots. We're going to get into some more music, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to get to know Corey. Corey, say something to the people since you got your Instagram followers updated.
They haven't been because
post it yet still.
My allegiance is to links right now, so I've not been able to update them, but I will after the break.
Yeah, we going to a break now, so you can update it now.
Nasty but classy, working bad me, spend a couple thousands on my titties and my ass cheeks, get my teeth done, cash at me, sneak dissing on a
interview. The interview.
Hey, we back, Links Live. I'm back with another high episode for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that music break. Look, I'm kicking it tonight. I got some very, very special guests in the building still. My boy Corey. He has not turned on his mic yet.
Girl, we finna, I'm waiting on Corey now to come.
Give me this. You can be low vibrational playing.
Girl, fuck you and that lady. Well,
You can be low vibrational play. So Corey, all the way here from LA. So glad to see you. Glad you're here.
Thank you so much. And just as a quick disclaimer, gentlemen, I do have my following up to par. We are connected.
Oh, he's connected.
We are live.
Got that right.
Everybody's saying in the comments.
Yeah, they in the comments. Yeah, they in the comments. Yeah, they in the comments. Yeah, they in the comments. Yeah, they in the comments. Yeah, they in the comments. They are in the motherfucking comments. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the gator community and everyone that's on this live
they're
right
live.
now.
Thank you for tuning in.
I really appreciate you. After this live, head over to Apple or Spotify. To just check out a replay, an episode of any one of the episodes of my podcast.
Yes, your podcast is the Gated Community Podcast.
Welcome to the Gated Community Podcast.
I love it. Of course, I've listened to every episode.
Thank you.
Tell the listeners about your podcast.
I want my listeners to tell me about my podcast.
Oh, hello.
Tell my listeners about your podcast. That's who we talking
to. My podcast is about society and culture. So I discuss things from a range of politics to sexuality to sex to money and finances to homophobia. When I first started my podcast, the idea that I had in mind was to sort of be a voice to bridge the gap between homophobia and the LGBT community.
Okay, sort of like awareness, bringing awareness.
Mm. Awareness, and I try to speak to my audience so that everyone can learn from something that they hear me speak about. Mm-hmm. So it's very passionate to me, the things that I choose to speak about, and I try to do it without ridicule. Except for the the West Hollywood community in Los Angeles.
We're people just like you, and just because we're black doesn't mean that the span of our intelligence is limited to other black people. White people, we don't think that we're better than you. We don't think that we're better than you. And this is not to galvanize any person on any side of any race, but we don't think that we're better than you. And it's okay for you to hold a conversation with us. Just don't do it on an account of making us uncomfortable because you feel uncomfortable because you don't know how to maintain a conversation that has nothing to do with another black person or another black entity. It's okay to talk about whatever you want to talk about without speaking about something that has to do with a black person, just so that you feel like we can have something in common. Broaden your spectrum and have like a real conversation with people. If you really claim to be a black ally, if you live in Los Angeles, you know what WeHo looks like. You know WeHo was not created for anyone black. You know that black people don't have any type of space to make any type of move in West Hollywood because it's predominantly yours.
But otherwise, yeah. So, I mean, it's been a journey for me. I'm on my second season. Mm-hmm. Did not think I was going to return after the first. But I had like a lot of people, a lot of listeners, the Gabers is what they like to call themselves, like reach out to me.
I love that. What is it?
The Gabers.
I love that.
Yeah, that's.
I'm a
so
Gaber.
You're a Gaber.
I'm definitely a Gaber. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the Gabers. Yeah, so I try to identify with my audience, and not everyone agrees with what I have to say, and that's what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to agree, but at the same time, I do want you to listen and to comprehend and to maybe learn something that, you know, might apply to you or someone else in your life. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of research involved with the topics that I speak on.
And I can tell that. One of the things that I love, about your podcast, and I said this, I actually was a guest on the podcast and I played a segment from that on my show. One of the things I love about your podcast is it really makes me think. I am one of those people that regardless of what my opinion is, I like hearing other opinions, but also it's very educational. There's a lot of things that you touch on that I don't dabble in. And so I know that you're educated on it. I trust your perspective. And so I get a lot of that from your show. Why is it important to you to have that consistent message of just openness? Why is it important for you to convey the message you convey on your podcast?
It's important to me to create something timeless, right? So I didn't want to go into being a podcaster who covers like microwavable topics like, you know, celebrity gossip and news. When I leave this earth, I want my podcast to be a part of my legacy. So I want people to be able, hopefully things would have changed because I do like to address things that I don't necessarily agree with. And I think that I like to speak on things that I want to see change.
Okay.
So hopefully, you know, I know history is cyclical. It likes to repeat itself. But once I stop doing the podcast and once I'm no longer here, I'd like to have something like a staple in the LGBT community that has an imprint for people to kind of identify with and learn from for generations to come.
I agree with that. So it sounds to me like you really want to have a voice.
I have a voice.
Well, yeah, definitely. You have a voice, and you wanted this podcast to display that voice and to be impactful. You didn't want to just be talking about whatever. I think it's important to, you know, especially when it comes to our community. I think that's really, really important to show up in so many different ways. And it's crazy how like our shows are very, very different, but that was my same goal as well. I wanted to put my stamp on what the community looks like. Hence why I have the hashtag Boys Like Me. Like I really want people to understand the different dynamics of our community. And I feel like your show does that.
Thank you.
It really makes me think about a lot of things that I wouldn't necessarily even think of. And the fact that you are a trusted source and you're passionate and you do your research, that's why I love tuning into your podcast.
Thank you. That means a lot because it does take a lot of work.
It does. No, I can tell. I can tell it take a lot of work.
But it also, like, I don't complain about it because it does mean a lot to me. And, you know, like, it's something for, like, I speak about things that I like to think that everyone can relate to. You know what I mean? Like, with the dichotomy between black people and white people, but also the internal racism within the black community amongst like the LGBTQs. You know what I mean? And the bullying that comes along with transgenders and
I guess the division amongst the community within itself too. And I remember it's funny that you mentioned WeHo because that's one of the most memorable episodes for me because I don't know your experience living in LA. All I know is Atlanta, which is a very communal space. Well, actually, you know, my dynamic runs the community, so I don't feel out of place. So to hear your, I don't want to say adventures, but to hear your experience in WeHo really was like, wow, that's really what it's like for you?
It's really like everything I said was like based on experience. And a lot of people think like California is progressive. California is not
that is the
as
ideal.
Progressive that as people think that it is. There's a lot that I talk about that I've dealt with, that I've experienced living in Los Angeles that is not right, that needs to be changed. Not just in the LGBT community, but also with the homelessness.
Okay.
I kind of advocate for people to get to know their legislation. You know what I mean? So that we can put people in office that represent us to make these changes that need to be made that, you know, kind of affect us and them. And by them, I mean straight people.
Right.
You know, heterosexuals. But at the end of the day, like, we're all human.
Yeah, definitely. We're all on the same playing field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that's kind of like the foundation of my podcast, is to bring everyone together.
Right.
And
I do get a sense of community, and I do like the education piece of it because I feel like we're so quick to cancel people. And I'm not a fan of cancel culture, right? But I understand its purpose when it's needed. Like, there are certain situations, like with the baby, for example. When he did what he did at Rolling Loud, right? And he came back the next day and doubled down on what he said, like it was right. Like, there was no room for education. I like with your podcast, you're attempting to educate people who don't know, who want to know, who know where to look. Because there's even things within the community I don't understand, like pronouns. That was a new thing for me. You know,
it was a new thing for all of us.
Yeah,
like all of these identifiers. But going back to what you just said about
the baby,
the baby,
with the comments that he made at Rolling Loud that year, that
and
were
the
so
division
ignorant, and the division within
created.
the community that he felt like he could say, who's not even a part of our community, off something he assumed, because that's what it ended up being, in my opinion.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas.
Lights up.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, one of the things that really gets under my skin is the division between gays who kind of ostracize anyone who's not masculine and call it a preference.
The division.
When ultimately we're all gay. And I mean, that's one of the things I talk about in one of my episodes. When we learn to start accepting each other, no matter their mannerisms or characteristics, then, you know, maybe it won't be such a big question of
why are there so many people in the gay community who are single?
Yeah.
It's because, he's too feminine, or he's not masculine enough, or he walks balls, or he's trans, or he or she is trans.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so much work to do, and as long as there's work to do, I'll continue to speak about it.
So do you think that there's like an unrealistic like type of expectation for some people that kind of lets them limit their...
Definitely.
Why do you feel like that is?
I think because gay people in particular, like to try to fit into the template of the straight world.
The heteronormative type, they try to mimic the heteronormative dynamic.
Which is probably why they are more attracted to, you know, someone who happens to be straight.
Yeah.
Or comes off as straight, or can fit into a straight crowd without being questioned.
Got you.
And I think that is an extension of, you know, how we grow up as gays, because no one really teaches us, you know, about relationships. We see our mother and our father,
and that's
you know,
all
in a
weird
two-parent household.
And we kind of, now that I'm older, I'm understanding that we mirror what's familiar to us.
Yeah, like he's the mom, I'm the dad.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's what love looks like in our eyes.
Exactly. And like there is no sex education for homosexuals. You know what I mean? And I think that that's just like maybe a symptom of why we have so many failed relationships, because, you know, people are looking for something that they are not. You're not straight, so why are we trying to fit into and be accepted by that community?
By that community, when that's not what we are.
Exactly. We're gay, so we have. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the male who likes the more feminine guy, or may like someone who might be transgender? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, that could be a masculine or a feminine guy who's wanting another individual who's getting feminine energy. So I feel like the perspective you're speaking from is from your own personal experience, from being, do you consider yourself to be a feminine guy, or are you talking like just like from a general perspective, like just men in general?
Is your opinion more personal, or what you've heard of from maybe others in your community? Or your friends?
That was two different questions, so I'll answer the first one.
Oh.
The first one, when you say that guys are specifically attracted to trans people or feminine guys, I think that that's both inclusion and exclusion, because they're like,
I only like trans people.
Or
I only like feminine guys.
And I think that's more acceptable than guys who are like,
I only like masculine guys.
And the ones who only care for masculinity, that group kind of outweighs the group that you just described.
Okay.
In my opinion. I don't really
I would agree.
care.
But what if it was vice versa now?
That's what I'm pushing for.
Okay.
That's what I'm pushing for.
Like, if it's vice versa, would you have the same disposition that you do now?
The way that it is now, I think it's deliberate exclusion. I think that guys who are like, I only fuck with niggas who are masculine or who are like me, or who can fit into like the straight world. I don't think that. I think that's more discrimination than a preference. But when it comes to like when you flip that coin and you have guys like what you just described, and they're like, you know, only like trans people or feminine guys, because it's not something that's sought after a lot, or because I feel like there's not a lot of those, I feel like that's more acceptable. And there is no discrimination in that realm.
When you say a lot of those, you mean guys who like feminine guys, or I mean there's not a lot of feminine guys? I feel like there's a lot of feminine guys out there.
No, honey. The girls are out.
Okay, so the girls are out.
Yeah, the girls are out.
Where they at tonight?
They're soaring. But yeah, I think that two things can exist at once, and I think that's one of those things that do. You know,
I guess in my mind too, it's almost like people criticize more with other people what they see in themselves, and it's almost like like you stated before a while back, because you like it's almost like self-hatred, right?
Internalized homophobia is a real thing. So is trauma. So is unresolved trauma that can show up in relationships, that can show up in how you are by design and what you might be attracted to or might not be attracted to, and might not know, you know, why you aren't or are attracted to that type because of something that, you know, you haven't even really explored within yourself. I think a lot of people are like, you know, a lot of people like to go with what's trending.
Okay.
In my opinion.
And, and I'm going to say this too.
Girl, if she cuts me off one more time.
Sometimes I feel like some people feel like they have to act like what they see that's most popular in a way.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, it's like, what if that person is like, okay, I'm just being me, but they're like, oh, you know you're gay, but you should act or behave in a certain type of way. Yeah, so what if you just behave in a way like, okay, this person like, listen, this is how I am. I dress like this, whatever the case may be, but people... Yeah, but people push on you like, well, you know you are. You know you're a bottom. Why should you, or why you behaving or acting like this?
Sexuality is not a behavior.
That wasn't what I was going to get into. No. I've had conversations with people that'll be like, well, why doesn't so-and-so just come out? I'm okay with it. And it's like, yeah, you may be okay with it, but we're still trying to navigate it. I remember trying to navigate it at a certain age, and it was like, you just trying to force me out the closet, and bitch, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. You're forcing me into this, which people automatically equate to sexuality, and it's not the same, you know, to
like
sex.
But I feel like
you know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing.
Now it's turned back to the Republican National Convention, which is set to start Monday. All week long, we've been talking to Republican strategist Marie Byron, who has all the details about this important event.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi there, Marie. Now, all of Tampa Bay is gearing up for the convention, but I understand no one's more excited than the area's gay prostitutes who are expecting record numbers of clients.
That's right, Andrea. This convention means increased sales for hotels, restaurants, and, of course, the men who provide anonymous gay sex.
All right, now, how much money will all those closeted Republican convention goers bring into the city, Marie?
A lot. The average Tampa area prostitute normally makes around $200 to $300 a week jerking off truck drivers behind the bus station.
I see.
Next week, they are expecting to make about 30 times that amount sucking off secretly gay Republicans.
Wow. So the convention goers will be slipping out of prayer breakfast and Mike Huckabee speeches all week long to go trawl Tampa's side streets.
And all those tricks add up.
They sure do.
Then you figure the fact that these delegates are so repressed and filled with self-hatred.
Yes.
They tend to like the filthiest, kinkiest sex acts imaginable.
Oh, that's right.
Which tends to cost more.
Right. On this chart, I see fecal play, choking. We also have...
You know, the average well-adjusted gay man has no desire to smear fecal matter all over his partner's face or be beat up by him. But you know, that is exactly the sort of thing that these repressed conservatives are willing to pay top dollar for.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah, you may be okay with it, but we're still trying to navigate it.
But I guess in my mind, I'm thinking people feel as if you should behave a certain type of way because of what sexual position that you play.
Yes, they do.
And you know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to behave in a certain type of manner. Right, but we have a lot of people that's like that. I think
that's a common thing. That's a common thing.
It manifests itself a lot in the black community.
Yeah.
In a way, because if you think about it, you can see probably two white males.
Yeah.
They both can carry a person.
Be feminine
and they in a
or whatever they see.
You wouldn't know what's going on with what in the bedroom.
Yeah. So why do you feel like there is such a focus on people's sexual position? Why is that such a thing? Because I don't understand. I don't personally don't understand that.
Very simple. As we all know, when two gay men have sex, one person is the top and one is the bottom. We'll show you two male celebrities.
I think the better question is, why are we focusing on sexual positions and not what we can do to be the person that we want to become for those who are interested in being in relationships.
Yes.
To engage
a
in
trusting
a successful
partner
relationship.
To why is that your leading dynamic? I don't understand that conversation.
People like to think that it's a compatibility thing.
Yeah.
I can't necessarily disagree with that, but I think gays have a tendency to put sexual positions and sexuality before who you are as a person.
I agree.
My sexuality does not define who I am because there's like so much more to Corey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I see that energy coming towards me, it's automatically a clip. Like it's clip.
Yeah.
Chop his ass, chop. Yeah, we gon' chop his ass, chop.
I agree.
I guess for me, I look at it like this too, where the same trauma that a heterosexual couple experience when it comes to the trauma where men and women move or extracted from their families, whatever. It's almost like it's the same thing that can manifest itself when it comes to being in a gay relationship, right?
In what way?
So let's say hypothetically, you know how they always say like a man kind of represents the type of, like, for girls, that's the representation of the type of man that you would possibly marry. Think about the guys who are also gay or whatever, and they didn't have their fathers in their life too. It's almost like you never had a representation of what it is or what it takes for a man to really be there for, like, your mom or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I guess because I look at it too, like, if you think about a lot of celebrities who are like Magic Johnson and Dwayne Wade, right?
Yeah, who are more accepting of their
children and stuff like that, and they're just like, listen, I want to love my child unconditionally.
Yeah.
Look how much like ridicule and things that they're getting in the public eye. Like, you should not be doing this, you should not condone this, or whatever the case may be.
Because people are going to have their opinion about it either way. But I personally feel like if I had more of an affinity space as a kid, then I would have been more comfortable with navigating my sexuality.
Because think about a lot of gay men who probably had their fathers in their life, and they had a great representation of how a man's supposed to treat a person.
Yeah.
Period. Not girl or guy, but just to treat a person.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you think that will also help a lot of men who want to or gravitate to men avoid type of issues?
I would think so, because I've seen my daddy issues manifest in my relationships.
Daddy, chill.
I've seen that, and
Right,
as of recent years, I've had to really work through that and understand what that is, so that I'm able to navigate a personal relationship differently. Because there are a lot of things that I was chasing that mimicked a lot of qualities of my dad.
Or you were chasing things that you wish that you had in your dad.
Yes, or also even holding on too tight because I never knew when my dad was going to leave.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Yeah.
So I do think that when people have a more of a representation of what a family dynamic looks like, regardless of what the sexuality is, they do have a better understanding of what they are willing and not willing to accept.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
You know, whereas people who are chasing a certain dynamic, they're going to hone in on, oh, I want a more masculine looking situation, or whatever the case may be. Right. Whereas to me, that was more of like early 20s for me. In my older years, I'm not really too concerned about sexual position at all, because when it comes to sex with me, I'm more concerned about what turns the person on that I'm attracted to.
And I think sometimes in the gay community too, I think they put too much emphasis on sex, right?
They do. It's really not that important.
Like, I think,
don't get me started on that.
Well, I don't want to put words into your mouth, but what you was just saying too, like, sometimes people put like, okay, you have to behave or act as like you're a top, you're a bottom, whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of really trying to get to know that person.
Right. No, it's real shit. It's real shit.
It sounds like you just kind of expanded on that trauma that I was just speaking about.
Okay. I feel like it's important to identify and unpack trauma. It's really helped me a lot. What do you think about that?
Yes, I was in therapy. Therapy has helped me tremendously. Honestly,
I would agree. For me, it's changed my life, especially once I got really, really intentional with it.
Some of y'all think that therapy is you sitting around and thinking about yourself, or you going to the beach and thinking about yourself. And I just want to say that is part of it. But ultimately, if you don't have the tools yourself, how helpful is it for you to go and sit and think about yourself by yourself? You need supplementary materials. You need outside perspective. It's imperative. It's like the niggas who be like, I read all these books. Well, if you read all the books, but you just read them by yourself and you didn't actually have to sit around and talk about them and hear other people's analysis and critical thinking ideas, then how valuable was the learning truly? Was there really retention, or was it simply seen through the lens of your own egoism, of your own perspective, of your own reality? That is not intellectual. That is not elevation. And the same goes with how we examine ourselves. And it doesn't mean that you have to be in, sit down therapy all the time. It doesn't mean that you have to be reading books all the time. It doesn't mean that you have to be going to Reiki all the time. But it does mean that you have to be dedicating some level of effort beyond just you and what you have here in order to understand how you show up here.
And I'm still like, I don't want to let my therapist go. Like, I be getting emergency appointments on that whole calendar.
I discontinued services with my therapist. I mean, I feel like we'd reached like the point
a plateau of
there was
and I
enough.
feel like that happens.
But from her, I learned why I am the way I am in relationships, and she helped me to answer a lot of questions about relationships, my relationships in my past that I didn't even really know. Like why I was behaving the way that I was.
You didn't know why they were affecting you or how they were affecting you.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that in a lot of ways, therapy can be detrimentally beneficial.
Especially if you can find the right fit for you. Like I had to go through a couple before I have the one that I have now.
Yeah.
And also you do have to give it a chance. I think like it's been like a year and a half for me at this point, and I'm rolling.
Yeah. So. I remember my therapist telling me, she was like towards the end of me working with her or her working with me, she was like, when you came the first day I saw you, when you left, I didn't think you were going to come back. You struck me as like this person that just was not, you were so closed off and guarded. Yeah. Like, I didn't think you were going to return. And I'm just like, well, but you ain't know me. Like,
it was new. It was a new relationship.
Yeah. Like,
so we're going to unpack more of that. Right now, we're gonna take a break. We're going to have a little fun. But no, it's not. It's not. Look, all right. Look, we back. Had a little music break. Got you a little Jazmine Sullivan. I'm here kicking in with Corey, Kendrick, and Dwayne. We having a good time. So I always like to have, a little discussion just around dating and get people's perspectives on dating and relationships and things like that. Hopefully y'all are ready. Corey, turn your mic on. So I want to get into some taboo dating topics. I do like petty dating situations, like petty dating tips. What are some things that y'all do as far as like when it comes to like petty dating? What are some things that like are petty turnoffs for y'all when it comes to meeting people? Like for me, like, okay, I guess one of them is I don't like somebody who doesn't tip. Like when we go out on a date, I don't like somebody who doesn't tip. Like I probably won't go on an additional date with you if you don't tip.
For me, if you the one that asks to go out, I think you should pay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you ask me to go, I think you should, you should pay.
So yeah, if you're the person that's inviting, then you should be the one treating. Okay, so speaking of that, I saw on Twitter today, this guy talked about going on buffer dates. So he said that before he goes on like his initial full-on date, like taking somebody out on a meal, and this is a straight guy, but regardless, he said that he likes to do what's called a buffer date, where we meet at like a Starbucks and just have some coffee and chop it up and have a conversation to see if we even vibe. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I think that's beneficial in a way, because you don't want to. Because at the same time, if that person's initiating a date, they probably also don't want to feel like they're being used or abused, because you do have, hypothetically, if he's a heterosexual guy, right?
Yeah.
He don't want to feel like he's being like, you spent all this money on this particular person for
that was his point too.
Anywhere.
That was
so
his
that
angle.
Does make sense.
Yeah, he also
like,
mentioned I don't want to waste my time. Why do I have to go?
Your time or mine.
Yep.
If we know that it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, and
for somebody who's looking just for a good time.
People were reading him about that, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Like, especially if you're meeting people on like an app or something like that, or a blind date or anything like that. Why do I want to waste 2 hours at dinner with you when it's just not? I've done that before.
And you know what? Honestly, I also feel like it doesn't put as much pressure on anybody.
Yeah,
because it's like we're not doing something that's like, you don't feel like you obligated to do
to stay there, right?
Yeah, it's
a
like,
quick
okay,
coffee, a quick chat.
Absolutely.
See if I'm filling you out. See how
And
I'm
if I'm
feeling
not,
you.
Deuces.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. What you think about that, Dwayne? What you think about a buffer date?
I mean, I like a buffer date. Shit. I'm just happy to go on a date. Nah, just kidding. I mean, I think buffer dates are good so you can get to know somebody and fill them out, see if you really want to deal with them. And you don't always have to spend money to go on a date, so you can always go like to a park. You know,
something real low maintenance and low key.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
So what's something, if you go on a first date with somebody, what's something petty that someone can do that will get you, that will just make you not interested anymore?
Somebody who's complaining.
Complaining about what? Like just everything?
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it's always negative.
You gotta pay to park. Ain't nowhere to park around here. Oh God, you know, stupid stuff. You know,
right?
I mean, that would probably be like a deal.
That would aggravate me too. That would aggravate me too. Like just all that complaining. I feel you on that one. Corey, what you think about buffer dates?
Definition again, please.
So with the buffer date, he pretty much does like a pre-date, like at a coffee shop or a Starbucks, to meet with the person and engage and have a conversation.
Okay.
That way you're not spending all this money on like a meal.
No, fuck that, because this is a real thing in LA.
Okay.
Right? Especially like on dating apps. Like, you know, people love to meet up for coffee. Bitch, I don't drink coffee. They like, well, let's just order tea. Bitch, that's not the tea that I want.
Or get a pastry.
Like, I'm not, and it's like, well, I just want to, you know, I understand like wanting to meet in public first, but just to get like a feel for people. But
yeah,
I'm not interested in doing all of that.
So what would be an acceptable buffer date for you then?
We can go to dinner.
So you want to go on a full-blown dinner?
Fuck buffers. Yeah, bitch, we can go to dinner.
So
like, why the fuck? It's public. That's what niggas want. You know, they want.
And we gotta eat anyway.
Yeah, like why?
Yeah.
Let's just go on a date. Fuck that buffer shit. I mean, I feel like, you know, you can go on a date and still kind of figure out if
you're gonna eventually get through the day.
connection.
I've sat through some bad dates, and it's kind of was like, all right, well, at least the conversation was somewhat there.
I mean, I've been on dates and, you know, the conversation was there and it was
more copacetic.
Honestly, it was his idea. We didn't have to go out to do anything. Like, we could have just hung out like in private
at the house or whatever.
But yeah, he was just like, you know, let's do, like, I want to meet somewhere in public first. I'm like, all right, fine, I get it. You want to make sure I'm not a fucking serial killer. I'm not, right, Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm not interested in doing all of that, girl. Like, for what? Because you just gonna end up ghosting or probably got a boyfriend or in an open situation anyway.
So
bitch, I ain't giving the benefit of the doubt. Is
so do you prefer? So you don't prefer? So you prefer your first meeting to be not like? How do you prefer your first meeting to be more inside, or do you prefer the date as the first meeting?
Inside.
Have a conversation at home, kick it. Ooh. Okay. And then also, before I move on, what's something petty that someone can do that would turn you off on a date? Like, what's a petty dating turn off for you?
Something petty.
Yeah. Like real small, but it's like, I ain't fucking with it. I don't like that. Like, he doesn't, you know, his nails are dirty. Anything like that.
She don't look like she brushed her teeth before she came on the
Wait a minute.
Like, is that petty?
I'm gonna say if someone, like, let's say hypothetically, you say we're going out for drinks, who can't control their alcohol, like, in a way, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just getting wasted too quick.
Somebody who can't control their liquor, period. Especially on the first date.
And you start talking reckless. And it's like, dang, like, this is the first.
Well, I went on a really bad, well, it wasn't a really bad first date because we ended up dating for a while. But I went on a date and it was a blind date. It was our first meeting. And it was like a triple date it turned into. And his best friend came and had like this real bad attitude, and they like got into a screaming match at each other. And I thought it was hilarious, but at the same time I was like, why y'all doing all this? So I think that normally, had I not been like just not wanting to just hang out, I would have been turned off by that. But I actually thought it was funny. So would that be something that's like a thing?
So you asked me if you would be automatically turned off from that situation?
Yeah, like they just argue. They like loud as they cussed each other out.
Yeah, it's a turn off.
Yeah.
That's it.
We don't like that crazy shit. So, Corey.
And that's who you are. I get it.
Yeah.
And it's cool, but no.
Okay. So, Corey, you mentioned open relationships a lot.
Yeah, because I don't support them.
What is it about open relationships that you were just so against?
They're not traditional.
They're not traditional.
And they're usually consist of a party that's either selfish or insecure.
Yeah. In what way?
Selfish because it's almost like I want my cake and I wanna have it and eat it too. Insecure because it's, to me, the mentality would be, I'm in an open situation, so I don't have to worry about him cheating on me because there is this third or fourth party, like if we're talking polygamy. And so now that I know that it's open and now that I know we have an understanding and agreement, there is nothing for me to be worried or jealous about, which is also not true, because if the attention isn't spread amongst all parties evenly, then there might be a bit of jealousy that might creep in, like, oh, well, does he like her more than him or her or him or whatever? So I think it's organized chaos that is just unnecessary, in my opinion.
And I guess in layman's terms.
And you said you agree with that, Kendrick.
Yeah, in layman's terms, for me, it's almost like, why am I feeling like I'm in a position where I'm competing with somebody else? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This person, like, hypothetically, you open yourself up to that situation. I'm not saying that it doesn't work for some people, and it may does, right?
I'm just gonna be. I don't know, and maybe I'm being biased because I've gone back and forth just thinking about it.
I don't want to feel like I'm in a competition with anybody.
I just don't want to share that. I don't feel like I need more than one person to fulfill these needs, because to me, but I guess for people, because I have a friend that's polyamorous, and she's true polyamorous. And it's not a sex thing. It is being able to date multiple people.
So then you might well just say that you're a serial dater, where you're not trying to be
like, why commit? Why
commit to something that you know?
I'm a very jealous person. I'm a very jealous person. People, yeah. So I don't even want to. Well, boom, there it is. But back to, I know I'm a jealous person. And I feel like as much as I toy back and forth with the idea, I don't know how cool I'm going to be with that. I don't feel like. Dwayne, how do you feel about open relationships?
I feel like to each his own. I mean, speaking.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it works. I mean, I know some couples who bring in another party because that's just the thing they do for sex-wise. But I mean, outside of that, their relationship is, pretty much just like a normal relationship.
Yeah.
Kids, picket fence, house, and everything,
So I guess it depends on people's value and perspective when it comes to sex, if that's the case. Is the open relationship specifically just a sexual thing, or are we building a true connection with this person?
So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I don't want to pass judgment on people who feel like an open relationship works for them.
Well, it's not.
Because some people, it's almost like a marriage too with some people, right? Like, you have to determine what works for you.
Okay.
And what works for this spot. Some people may be like, listen, this is how we operate, this is how we work.
Yeah.
And it may be like, this is work for you.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is just, if you're talking about us, maybe that's something.
Me personally,
this is not something that we wanted to.
Because I've genuinely weighed the pros and cons, but I also know me.
Right.
And I just don't. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it. It would.
It's almost like, why I'm trying to get to learn and understand one person, let alone trying to understand another person.
And I just don't think I have the time or attention span to entertain multiple people seriously like that. I don't have the energy for that. It's a lot for me to even entertain anybody, let alone trying to entertain people romantically, more than one. So that's why I try to understand what the open relationship is. It specifically a sex thing, or is it true polyamory? What is it? All right, so shifting gears, if you're in a relationship or you're dating somebody, what's something sweet that someone can do to get your attention? Like, or keep your attention? Fairly new, y'all just talking, y'all just kicking it. What's something sweet they could do for you? Like, I appreciate a good cuddle date. You just really come over just to cuddle for like an hour or two and leave. We just cuddle, watch TV, fall asleep, nap. Like, I think that that's like something really, really sweet. You taking that time to actually do that. I like that. I appreciate that.
Can we go to dinner before the cuddle date though? Like,
I mean, sometimes, but some.
I want to go to dinner and like.
You want to go to
take
dinner
me
and
out,
cuddle?
show me out around town, or let me show you out around town.
So would you prefer they take you to a place you want to go to or a new place?
I don't care where the hell we go. Long as we go somewhere that is somewhere like sentimental to you or like holds like some type of like value. Like, I just want to make those memories.
For me, I guess I look at it like a person who could demonstrate a level of patience even in the beginning. Because I'm not the most easiest person to either get along with or be with. Okay. So hypothetically, even when it comes to friendship, when it comes to friendship.
Why are you so difficult?
Because I'm very, like, for me, I'm very opinionated. And, like, a lot of times, like, I'm very set in stone, like, my way of thinking.
So you're not open to compromise and listening?
No, I am. No, I'm saying I am open to compromising. But my thing is, when you demonstrate a level of patience with me to be able to allow me to open myself up in that way.
Me. That's all I hear.
It's not. Because I think once we get past that barrier, I think you can understand for me, I'm gonna say this again, for me. Once I open myself and you break down that barrier, I know that I have a tendency of always giving more and continue to keep giving to a person, whatever, right? So for me, it's almost like a protective barrier. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna put this persona of like, okay, no.
Well, why are you putting up facades and personas and all of that if you know that in the end, you're going to be giving so much of yourself to this person?
No, because it requires a level of trust.
Is it more of a persona, or is it just that your guard is up?
My guard is up because I want to make sure I can trust that person before I open myself up to that person.
Yeah.
Once you're in.
My. Yeah, stand up, please.
Don't you feel like a slut?
I would have to agree with you on that because a lot of times people get a very strong persona from me, but I'm actually pretty vulnerable, so it takes a lot. I do have to make sure that the person understands where I'm coming from, because sometimes I can be a little bit irrational, or sometimes I can be emotional, but that's only a side of me that a certain person gets to see, and that person has to be understanding and make me feel safe to get that part out of me. I can kind of understand you on that. Because
I can be a hothead at the end of the day. Like, but at the end of the day, once you get past those barriers, it's like, listen, you already know. I feel like I'm an easygoing person. Once you get past that surface level type of stuff.
Me. I think. I think.
Shut when you think about it.
Corey, for you. So Corey, for you, what's something sweet that a person can do for you when they're getting to know you?
I'm not arguing with none of you bitches. Bitch, what?
Something that someone can do for me that I consider to be sweet. Listen, it doesn't take a lot to impress me, right? Like, you can come over and show up with a bottle of red, and that'll make my week.
Okay, so real simple, real light. So more than just the time.
What do you mean more than just the time?
Well, more. I'm sorry. With you, it's more so just the time that they want to spend with you.
Yeah, I like quality time, definitely.
Okay. And what?
You sound like a little bitch.
Oh, he just asked what I like. Oh, maybe I just didn't use that many pronouns.
Life alert.
The trivia. The trivia.
So look, we're back with another segment. I've got some special guests in the building. I've also got Kendrick and Dwayne in the building from the Botanical Podcast. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. You guys know it's a rite of passage. Anybody that comes by, we got to find out what's on your playlist. Music is the one thing that probably defines everything that we do. I'm sure every moment that you have in your life is associated with some song or something that you remember like that. So this is a way for me to get to know my guests by finding out what's on their playlist, because there's no better way for me to get to know somebody than find out what's on their playlist. So I want all of y'all to chime in. If we can get in together. Y'all ready?
Yes,
he's ready. He's settled. Woo!
As
you
ready.
got your steps in today.
As ready as I ever be.
All right, so let's kick it off. What's on your playlist? First question: what is a song that reminds you of your childhood?
What's that nigga name?
Ooh.
Let's just go with. I know you see it.
I know you.
That
see
wasn't
it.
really my childhood. No. Okay.
Yeah, that was like we was in college years.
Barney, I love you. You love me.
Okay, that's a good one. What y'all got? What's the song that reminds y'all of y'all childhood?
Okay, so I like Donnell Jones, Where I Wanna Be.
Oh, I love that. You are giving Donnell Jones right now. Kendrick, you really giving Donnell Jones.
Nah, that's one of mine.
What's yours, Wade?
I'm going to say, Can We Talk, Tevin Campbell.
Okay, that's a classic.
We know what's so funny is that the first song that came to my mind was kind of embarrassing. I was like,
what was it? You supposed to go with the first song.
Well, I don't know who sings some. We know, remember that song? Whoop, that is. Whoop, that is.
These three words when you're getting busy. Whoop, that is Hitman.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. I do remember that one from my childhood. All right, next question. What song do y'all play when you're pre-gaming?
Ooh. Right now,
like you getting ready to go out, you getting dressed. What song you putting on when you getting dressed? You headed out. What you feeling? What you playing?
Look here, Mind Your Business.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's yours, Kendrick?
I mean, you already know I love Janet. So
you do?
Anything Janet Jackson is giving, I'm giving all of it.
Right
the
to
whole
the dance
album,
break.
everything.
Corey, what's your pregame track? When you get ready for brunch out there in LA?
I'll go with Sugar Mama Beyonce.
That's a good one. That's a cute one. That's a cute one. Ooh, okay. Oh, my pregame song is Dream Doll, Talk to Me Nice.
Y'all ghetto. That's a ratchet.
Dream Doll, Talk to Me Nice is mine. They're like, you saw how quick I rattled that off.
Girl, that's giving very much what a hood niggas ass. Oh, no, man.
All right. Let's say you guys were artists. What's a song by another artist that would be your song? Like mine is Dream rocking that shit. Like that would be my song if I was an artist.
If I were an artist of musical descent, it would probably be let me
be any song.
But like, is it something that I really love? Like something that means something to me, or something like, damn, I wish I would have wrote this and sang this?
Either one. You the artist. What's a song by another artist? If you were an artist, what's a song that's out that would be your song?
Probably Brandy, Should I Go?
Should I Stay? From Aphrodisiac?
Uh-huh.
That's a good one. Kendrick, what's yours?
Again, Janet, If I was your girl,
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Dwayne, what's yours?
Oh God, this is a hard one.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Brandy too. Brandy, Have You Ever?
Okay, I'll take that. Anything from the Never Say Never album.
Right.
All right.
Absolutely.
So let's stay on you. What's a song that you currently have on repeat right now? Like you can't stop playing it.
Mulatto Is Given.
Okay. I can see you. You're a little hood radish.
I am.
What's yours, Kendrick?
Okay, so it's not Janet, but it's Mario, Music for Love.
Oh.
So you haven't heard, but they recently did a concert.
You mean the Verses?
No, they did a concert, the Millennium
Oh,
Tour.
you went to the Millennium Tour?
I did.
Well, how was that?
It was really good because it was very nostalgic in a way, because they brought out a lot of people. For one, that was the first concert that I ever went to as a teenager.
Okay,
so they had
the
like
BET
Lloyd,
Scream Tour back in the day.
They had like Lloyd,
yeah.
Bow Wow,
so they were at the Millennium Tour.
Everybody, Carey Hilson, like.
Whoa, where was I at?
It was literally like 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
at the State Farm Arena.
All right, I'll take that then. I've been there with a dope tour.
That's my song. I love it.
Corey, what you can't stop playing right now?
Jazmine Sullivan, Motherless Child.
What album is that on?
The Vegas soundtrack for Elvis Presley.
Okay, is that a good soundtrack?
I like it.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home.
I'm gonna give it a listen because the Doja Cat song that I played, that was really my first time really listening to it. Like I had heard the instrumental and the beat, and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of dope. But today was the first day I really listened to the songs. So I might have to check that soundtrack out. I'm gonna check that out. Okay, now let's say what song either makes you feel like you're in love, or when you're in love, what song do you play on repeat when you're in love? Like what's the song that makes you feel like love?
Long as we get love.
Pick a track from the Aphrodisiac album.
Okay, shit. Why can I not remember that?
That was Full Moon. Pick a track from the Full Moon album.
I was gonna say, because Aphrodisiac was a lot of breakup records.
I corrected myself. I stand corrected.
I was trying to run through the playlist.
Yeah,
okay.
So he is.
Full Moon, because that's when Brandy was pregnant and
Full Moon,
in love.
like the whole album.
Yeah, the whole album. That was a love album.
Right.
Good choice. Kendrick, what's yours? What's your love song?
So I got a couple. So Patti LaBelle.
Life alert.
Very old. I want to give two. I want to be extra. Right Kind of Lover.
Okay, by Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle.
Life alert.
Also, just call me a vampire because I do not look my age, okay?
How old are you? Don't worry about it. We get into the age.
No, I give it to you. You want me to?
I don't care. I know how old I am.
Okay, and I know how old I am too.
How old are you then, Kendrick? Tell them how old you are.
36. Plus 40.
What's your other song?
I'm trying to think. Okay, I said Right Kind of Lover. You said Softest Place on Earth by Escape.
That's a good one. Escape.
Yes.
That's a good one. With Candy Burris Tucker. Dwayne, what's your love song?
I got a few of them, but if I had to choose, I'm probably going to say Beyonce Kissing You. And that's not even really a big popular song. It's like
what album is that on?
I mean, she did,
I've never heard that.
It was a good one.
I've never heard that.
But really? Like the extended version.
Kissing you.
Okay, maybe I heard it back then.
But if I had to choose a popular song, I'm going to say...
No, choose the song that works for you. This is your playlist.
That worked for me.
You're not playing for the crowd. Mine is 7th Streeter, Saving All My Love for You.
Okay.
I love 7th Streeter. No, not 7th Streeter's version. Yeah, it's not the remake. I think she took a...
We didn't talk about the Saving.
I think she took a piece of it, but she made it her own thing.
Yeah, it's just a name. Yeah.
Don't do 7.
He ain't even heard the song, y'all.
I don't have to hear the song.
I did hear.
I know it's
he hasn't heard the 7th Streeter version. He just heard the title and instantly.
The title alone is a sample. Okay, so let's be clear. I may be.
Well, it's actually the title of the song is actually just called "My Love for You."
Don't matter. It's still sample. So at the end of the day,
who was it? Patti LaBelle.
Saving All My Love for You. No.
Who's that? You don't even know.
Whitney. But she didn't write it though, because Whitney did not write her music.
Okay.
I mean, but
next question.
I'm not trying to be combative, but it's the truth.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
It's the
Kendrick,
truth.
since you got the mic, next question.
Take the mic, because you know how I get.
No. Since we just stay there. Since we just talked about
What you doing? I love Whitney. She just doesn't write her own music. No, it said in her documentary she never wrote a song. She just sing them very well. Yes, she doesn't write music. Whitney Houston does not write music, but she's.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
You sound like a little bitch.
No,
right.
Kendrick, thank you for that quick lesson in Black Deep history. Thank you for giving us VH. No, go back to you. I want to go back to you because I want to know your next song. No attitudes are allowed. I'm the only one who have an attitude.
Okay, what?
What song do you listen to? What's your breakup record when you going through a breakup? What's your breakup record?
Shit. Breakup. You mean if I was breaking up with them?
You breaking up with somebody, fuck them, you done with them, you upset, you pissed, it don't matter. They didn't text you back fast enough. What song you listening to?
Okay, you know what? Goddamn, Rihanna, Breaking Dishes.
Oh, that's a good one. No, that isn't.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Rihanna.
Don't come home, babe. I'm breaking dishes up in here all night. I ain't gonna stop until I see police and lights.
That's a good one. What's yours, Dwayne?
Mine would be Mariah Carey, Breakdown.
Okay, I like that song too. I like that song too. That's a What's yours, Corey?
When I'm breaking up, was like after I break up.
After a breakup, going through a breakup, they didn't text you back fast enough.
I like to feel my feelings, and I like to feel like if I'm sad, then I like to heighten that feeling. If I'm going through something,
So you want to feel the opposite of
like I ain't no ratchet type of, don't trust no nigga. No, that ain't me.
That's not you. Okay,
that ain't me.
But you know the lyrics.
If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said.
That ain't me. I would have to say.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's don't trust. So Kendrick says you listen to Don't Trust No Nigga when you go through a breakup.
Child, we just
played it in my car.
Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no.
No, just playing.
We just woke up from Kendrick's answers, girl, because we had dozed off a little bit. Dion,
you dozed off
last night, what we?
Life alert.
But to answer the question, girl, we woke.
Why?
To answer the question, I mean, it's been so long since I've been in a relationship, but I guess if I had to guess, I would say something like Jazmine Sullivan.
He's on the
contract. But from that album,
He's on the contract with Jazmine
Sullivan.
No, he's on the contract with Jazmine Sullivan.
No,
really riding Jazmine Sullivan dick the last 2 years.
Listen, I'm Jazmine Sullivan down.
He's really been riding Jazmine Sullivan dick the last 2 years.
Yeah, bitch. I'm
like, she not that sick now.
First of all.
Like she's not
First
bad.
of all,
you want to go to Canada to see her.
First of all,
go to Canada to see her.
What we not gonna do is that, cause this ain't that. I ain't even answer the question completely. I said Jazmine Sullivan. I didn't give you a song. Oh, but you can give us the whole backstory. Okay, Jazmine Sullivan. What's the next fucking question?
Which Jazmine Sullivan record?
I'll share my pictures with the world. I'm not afraid to let it show anymore. Mona Lisa, let my colors paint the sky. Skies, there is beauty in my eyes, and I can see it now. I believe it now. I can feel it
Bitch.
Okay. Next question.
What's the next question?
What's your turn up record at the club?
City Girls, where the bag at?
That's a good one. What's yours, Kendrick?
Okay, I was gonna say City Girls, Twerkulator, but I like Sierra Jump too. It's pretty good.
I don't think they gave Jump the love they should have gave it.
But it was good. I guess the video was really good.
The video was amazing. The video was amazing, and the song was actually really, really good. I just think people didn't. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's not sticking.
But City Girls Twerkulator give me very much Miami vibe though. I like that.
I do. I like a lot of Miami bass.
Me too.
I do. What's yours, Wayne?
I'm just gonna go probably with what's trending right now. I'll
City
probably
Girls.
say no. I was gonna say I don't even know who sings it. F.N.F. Is that Glorilla?
Fuck Nigga Free, that's Glorilla.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, that's a good
that's
one.
one I like. It gets me hype in the club.
I'm F-R-E-E, fuck nigga free.
That's a good one. All right, what's your when you're in the car loud by yourself? What's the song you play loud?
Oh Lord. It's definitely gonna be something Fantasia.
Okay.
Windows rolled up. I'd be a little embarrassed, be like, "Who's this queen in this car blasting this Fantasia?" But yeah, I definitely be blowing something like blasting something like by her. Maybe something from the album Fantasia with like Bittersweet.
Is that the first one? No,
that's the one where she went through the whole
I actually
suicide
really do
thing.
like
Yeah,
the Bittersweet song.
I like that song too. It was
I
really
do
good.
like the Bittersweet song. I haven't really listened to her since then, but I used to really play Truth Is really, really loud.
My favorite song on that album, from the Fantasia album, would be "The Thrill Is Gone" with featuring. I think.
Nope. Because that's actually
an added song, a bonus song.
No, that's on Back to Me. Because
that's the album I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
Thrill Is Gone.
So Back to Me is the album that I was
got
talking
collard
about.
greens and cornbread on
Yes,
it.
so
that's
yes.
the last song that's the last album by Fantasia I love.
Yes, I love that one.
Because The Thrill Is Gone is like one of my favorite songs of all time.
Absolutely.
Like, I really love
and Bittersweet
that
was on that album.
No, Bittersweet was on the one after that. Or was it? I don't
Bittersweet
know.
was on that
You
album.
You probably know.
Listen, it's all Bittersweet, right?
Kendrick, what's the song you play loud in the car?
Recently, Aaliyah, "Are You Feeling Me?"
Is that? Wait, what album's that on?
I don't know which album, but I don't know which album that's
Okay.
on, but it's called "Are You Feeling Me?" It's from the Romeo Must Die.
Yes, I knew it wasn't on one of her. I knew it wasn't on one of her like full length albums. I knew it was on something extra, and I actually thought it was like a Timbaland track when they used to do their thing. But yeah, it was
But I
on
like
that.
that type of music. I like
Corey, when you alone in the car loud, what song you playing loud?
Jazmine Sullivan, BPW, best pussy in the world. It's very relatable.
Oh, hello.
That is what I do.
That's what you giving?
That is what I'm giving.
That's what you giving?
That's what I'm giving.
Well, hey, I support it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So tell me when I'm with you, I got the best pussy in the world. Say it's the best, you know it's the best. I wanna hear it, baby. Tell me, say it's the best, better than the rest.
Yes, we don't discriminate.
Except for white clubs.
No, because I'll still
And it
attend.
was-
You said I don't know about that club because I don't like white clubs. What's the tea? I just don't like white clubs. Why's that?
Not me, because I can appreciate all type of music and genre.
Okay, what's your favorite throwback record? This is the last one.
My favorite throwback record. Well, how far are we going back? Like,
Throwback is whatever you consider a throwback. So it can be as far back as you want to go. Throwback can be from like anything.
Throwback.
You can, Kendrick, you can do multiple. Because clearly you already have a list.
Okay, so a throwback.
Yes.
For me, I'm going to say Blue Cantrell, Oops, Oh My. No, that's damn tweet, isn't it? Wait. What's the song? Blue Cantrell.
Something about Hit 'em Up style?
Yes, Hit 'em Up style. Shoot.
Kendrick, what's your favorite
So I was allowed to give
record?
multiple. So I like Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross.
Life alert.
My Mistake.
Okay.
That's a good throwback. I like Diana Ross, Upside Down.
Life alert.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately. At home
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way. Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
This message is not sponsored by Life Alert.
Okay.
Featuring Michael Jackson on that one.
Yes, I do really like that song. Do you remember on VH1 Divas Live when Destiny's Child performed that?
Yes.
That was one of my favorite performances. Me too. But I did go back. I knew it wasn't their song. So I went back and heard the original at the time.
But
Can we ask who sang it best though?
Oh, I don't know.
Because for me, I just have like appreciation for nostalgic music.
Life Alert.
When I say like I guess because my parents listen to it and stuff like
Yeah,
that too. So
that's
it
what you
almost
grew up
kind of
with.
remind me of when they opened the blinds up and cleaned up the house or whatever
Yeah.
it may be. And I guess I get one more.
Yes, you can give one more.
Okay, so of course it's always gonna be Janet Jackson. That's the way love goes.
That's a good one.
Yes,
I love that song by Janet.
That's mine.
Corey, what's your favorite throwback record?
Project Pat, Ski Mask.
What?
Project Pat, ski mask over my Project Pat. Bitches throwback.
Ski mask over my skull. Papers in my mouth cause I'm real. Bitch, it's a house called Block 9 with no love. Killers from the south got a bill. Caps that make the shells fall. Ski.
Wait, did I not go far back enough?
No, that's
wait a minute. Okay. The Temptation.
I wasn't expecting.
Oh, Project Pat is the throwback.
I really was not expecting Project Pat. That's why I bust out laughing.
Oh,
Because I actually love that song too.
that's my shit.
Because that's on Mr. Don't Play.
Boo.
That's why I died laughing because I'm like, what? No, I was literally like, wait a minute. Did he just say what I think he said? No, I love anything 3-6 Mafia. I love anything 3-6 Mafia. My cousin used to ride around in her little blue Cavalier. With the tape deck and the CD player. You knew the blue Cavalier, bitch. The girls acting like they ain't rolling no blue Cavalier, honey. Y'all rode in the blue Cavalier because y'all red Cavaliers. The Cavalier was the car to have.
Shout out to the Cavaliers.
626. Yeah, my favorite throwback record. So I have two. One of the songs I feel like is the greatest song of all time, and that's Miss Chalet, Something in My Heart. That is the greatest song of all time to me. The greatest song of all time. And then my other one, for various reasons, is I'll Be Sure Night and Day. That's on my Hall of Fame. That's like number 5. But Miss Chalet to me is the greatest song of all time.
Oh, okay.
What? What's
I'm gonna say the disclaimer is at the end of the day, black people produce the most greatest music out here.
No, I agree.
And if you think about it, even the things that we, or I can say, or black people or black women too, right? They produce or song, they either sample or they try to mimic or like, you know what I mean? Like, I just look at it like at some point that stuff come full circle.
So, do you have an issue with samples? Because you mentioned that a lot.
No.
So, do you think samples? Because I'm on the fence when it comes to samples.
I like samples when it's done right.
Me too. It has to really be done right.
So if you think about Kiki Wyatt when she does her rendition of If
Only You Knew. Because that's originally Patti LaBelle.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when I look at but I'm saying, but when you see them sing those songs and they gravitate to those songs, like it gets the crowd in a mood, no matter what generation they come from.
Yeah,
you know
because it gives. I think certain songs like that give us a very homey feeling.
Absolutely,
a very comfortable feeling, especially if those are songs that we grew up with. So there are songs that like I don't even maybe 100% know, but I remember hearing them, like Babyface. Yeah, I remember hearing Babyface as a kid a lot.
Or Tony
I remember
Braxton,
hearing Tony
like
Braxton.
Tony Braxton.
Yeah, Tony Braxton. We're gonna get into Shoot Your Shot. We're gonna save a lot of the relationship talk for the last segment because I got some questions around that and I really want to get deep into that with y'all. But before we do that, we definitely gonna play Shoot Your Shot. You guys make sure you got something to drink. Here's how the game is played. I'm gonna give these guys a random choice of 2 things. They have to either pick one. If they can't pick, then they have to take a shot. Y'all see the game? So y'all drink with me too. Y'all drink with us too. You ready?
You said, and if we don't pick, then we take a shot?
You have to pick one or take a shot.
Oh, okay.
And it's just based on whatever your personal preference is. There is no rules or whatever. It's just based on whichever one you may like better, whichever one you're feeling right now, or if you can't pick one, you gotta take a shot. You ready?
Born.
The first one, Poetic Justice or Set It Off?
I like Janet, but I'm gonna have to say Set It Off.
Set It Off.
Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice is a good one. That's my personal favorite. All right, Jermaine Dupri or Diddy?
Take a shot.
Take a shot. You gonna take a shot? Oh, Kendrick, are you pouring shots or am I pouring shots?
I poured a shot.
What you picking?
Shot.
Oh, we doing shots. Okay. Dwayne, who you picking?
Diddy.
You sound like a little bitch.
I mean, hey, the rumors are allegedly he stole money from the people, but we gonna say that he made. I mean, I feel like we got better artists from him than Jermaine Dupri.
In the bulk,
or more legendary music, in my opinion. Other than
the bulk, yes, I can feel you on that one. But taking a shot because you guys didn't pick.
Y'all couldn't choose.
Because y'all can choose. He's taking a shot.
I'm choosing.
But Jermaine Dupri, I think, is a better quality of person. I don't know.
But it depends on, but we're picking on what we are picking on. Like, I picked on the merit of that I'm liking the artists that came from Bad Boy from P. Diddy more than what came from Jermaine Dupri, So Def.
Where are they now?
It doesn't matter. I like their music
Diddy
better.
has the behavior of a white supremacist.
Now you get
no
personal.
shade.
That's why you had to take that shot, because you get too personal.
That's fine.
See, when you grown, you don't take stuff personally.
Girl, shut the fuck up. I ain't gotta explain shit to you.
All right, next one. Trina or Lil Kim?
Okay.
The following program contains distressing themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
The UNO competitor. I'm 10 steps ahead of ya. I'm a leader. Yeah, I'm some following shit. Coming in this game on some modeling shit. Bitches suck cock just to get to the top. I put 100% in every line I drop. You make me wanna fight you. I ain't nothing like you. Y'all paper thin. My shit recycled. They call me Lil Kim, aka Cover Girl. Sometimes I feel like I'm from another fucking world. Niggas buy me glass slippers and diamond fingernails and oh shit, I got it all in this bitch.
Sniff dicks feel sweet in this little petite. Young bitch from the street, guaranteed to stay down. Used to bring work out of town on Greyhound.
Y'all sleep on baby girl, I seldom frown. Spit the shank out my mouth and bust you down. Biggie left me the torch, so I'm holding it down. And you sick cause I'm a bitch and I'm holding it down. If style say get you, without no doubt, I'ma sex you real good, then I'm in you out. Rep your coast, we got the crack, one hit you overdose. That shadow that you see, that's my motherfucker ghost.
Teary-eyed, damn a bitch steaming. Girl steady screaming, Kim, you need to leave him.
I hear him talking like they gangster material, but I don't see it, man, the gangsters invisible. The hot irons with them gangsters put into you, till you laid up and your gangsters on critical. Shots get into you bleeding like my minstrel, and if I don't like it, then I will pretend to. It's the ones that befriend you that turn up against you.
Kim all
Okay.
day.
Are we talking about looks or music? Are we talking about looks? Are we talking about Kim look like what?
Lil Kim is the GOAT.
Like she look like a goat? What you said?
Okay.
Girl, y'all over here chit-chatting and gossiping. Girl, what y'all talking about?
What did you say? You said she look like a goat. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, you're right. Kim.
The same bitches that y'all tear down, y'all be living for them same hoes. Girl, y'all kill me with that, and y'all wonder why I don't want nothing to do with none of y'all. We ain't got shit in common. Hey, bitch.
I said Kim.
I'm going to have to take a shot on that one.
You going to take a shot on that
I
one?
am.
Get him a shot. He couldn't pick. Grab it. All right, next one. Family Matters or Fresh Prince?
The Fresh Prince.
I'm going to say Fresh Prince.
Okay.
Season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
With the black V.
Oh, wow.
Drake or Wayne?
For commercial reasons, I want to say one, but I'm gonna have to go with Wayne.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going with Wayne.
Drake or Wayne, y'all?
Wayne.
Okay.
Unanimously.
Wayne.
What the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the fuck though.
Remy Ma or Nicki Minaj?
Remy.
Nicki.
Ah, okay. We got one barb
I don't
here.
think no shot at all.
We got two barbs.
Super Freaky
You
was
have a barb.
snubbed from the Grammys, by the way. Okay, we ain't even talk about that.
We didn't get around to that, but I personally feel like maybe she withdrew her submissions.
Miley, what's good?
Friday or Soul Food?
Friday.
Soul Food.
Faith fuck the family.
Family fuck my husband.
Oh, fuck the family. I let the family in my house. You know what? The family fucked my husband. Yeah, Faith fucked my husband.
City Girls or Cardi B?
Shot.
You gonna take a shot? Let's get Corey a shot. City Girls or Cardi B? You need a shot. City Girls or Cardi? City Girls or Cardi B, Dwayne?
Cardi B.
Why Cardi?
Because Cardi B is that bitch.
Oh, hello.
I do like Cardi over City Girls.
I mean,
I'm a barb too, but I do like Cardi B. Cardi B makes some high records.
Right. See, Cardi B makes some very hot records.
She makes some high records. I can't deny that. As much of a barb as I am, Cardi gonna have me fucking it up in the club.
But see, everyone who was excited.
I said I live for Cardi, but she ain't JT.
Let me talk to her. All these niggas wanna fuck JT. They do. Hellcat, this a S.
All right. Nas or Jay-Z?
I'm gonna say Jay-Z because I know his music more. I'm gonna say Jay-Z.
I'm gonna say Nas.
I'm gonna take a shot on this because when I grew up, I never really understood like Nas, what the fuck he was talking about. Jay-Z is also, I feel like, a good lyricist, never attracted to his music. So is neither an option or is neither equivalent to a shot?
So a shot. Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Tupac.
It's the Notorious B.I.G. for me.
Okay. Boom. What's your favorite Biggie album? Or what's your favorite Biggie song?
Biggie and Lil Kim. Oh my God.
What would you do if your bitch was untrue? That one. Because for me, so as a
remember
kid,
when you said you would die for me? Shit. All of that was just lied for me.
Yes.
Motherfucker should have never said bye to me.
Remember when you said you would die for me? Shit. All of that was just lies to me. Motherfucker should have never said bye to me. Now you cry for me like Joe to see.
So as a kid, for me, it was Biggie, but as an adult, it's become Tupac. Like as a kid, it was really Biggie for me. But now that I'm an adult, I appreciate Tupac's lyricism more. Mean Girls or Devil Wears Prada? What?
Devil's Wear Prada.
Oh my God. See, why y'all put me on this? So I'm going to have to say Mean Girls because, you know, I mean, first of all, I am Mean Boy D. Hughes. So Mean Girls down, okay? Like all day.
Okay, you did not just say that.
Now I can't say like Corey. That is a hard choice. But I remember a long time ago, Corey introduced me to Devil's Wear Prada, and I can say I watched that movie more than Mean Girls. Even though Mean Girls is a great movie, love Lindsay Lohan.
It's a cult classic.
But the fashion, I love Meryl Streep. Like it's just something about her.
I mean, what if I don't want to live the way you live?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Andrea. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants to be us.
Like, that's it.
Miami or LA?
Miami. That's where I'm from.
LA. I just I don't like being hot. I don't like humidity. I don't like.
I love Miami.
I have to take a shot because I've never been to LA. I feel like I would want to choose LA over Miami, but since I've never been to LA, I'm going to take a shot.
Okay. So you can't choose?
I can't choose.
New York or London?
Okay, I gotta choose on this one. Even though I've never been to London, I just feel like I gotta go for New York all day.
London was my favorite trip.
I haven't been to London, but I would say London because I want to go there.
Yeah, that was my favorite trip of all time so far.
It's gonna be a bit London for me.
It was a great trip. I went during Carnival.
I was planning before I moved to LA, I was planning to move to Amsterdam. Until I did some research and read about like how racist it is there. But for me, it's London because of the weather.
The weather was cool, and I still kind of felt like I was at home. Like I didn't feel like I was overseas.
And there's no language barrier.
Yeah, it's not. Drew Hill or 112?
Drew Hill.
112.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Damn, Damon, you make it hard. I'm going 112 too.
Okay. All right, so that's it for Shoot Your Shot.
All right, cool.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back to close out the show. I'm going to give Corey a little Jazmine.
No, I want to hear
Why can't I find somebody else when I know that you're doing wrong? It's so hard to let it go. Jazmine, I done went through just about 2 bags of tissues, baby, and you're looking at me like you ain't the issue, baby. And though I tried to leave, I can't stop missing you, baby.
All right, look, that's all the time we got for tonight. This episode was pretty long like I thought it was going to be. I really am glad that y'all came out tonight. Plug yourselves. Corey, plug your podcast, how they can follow you, all that stuff.
I can be found on social media on Instagram at The Gated Community. That's TheGayted Community. I'm also on Twitter at The Gated, TheGayted. You can go to my website, the www.thegatedcommunity.com. You can also follow me, although this profile is private. On my personal side of Instagram, it's Corey.kp. It's KORY.kp. You can also find me on TikTok at The Gated Community. And please, please, please take a listen to my podcast, streaming on all major platforms, particularly the ones that people are most familiar with are Spotify and Apple, but I'm also on Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Facebook Podcasts, and the list goes on. So yeah, check me out, y'all.
The comments is going crazy. They is eating my ass right now. Now I'm eating his ass. Eating a nigga ass. We be eating niggas ass. That's what they doing. Girl, they eating this motherfucking Casamigos, Bonkin Hennessy ass. Go ahead, keep eating it, girl. It actually feels good.
Worldwide. All right. Dwayne, Kendrick, anything y'all want to say before we get out of here? Dwayne, plug your podcast. Oh,
Okay.
wait, y'all on it together?
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that you're a co-host. That's cute.
Right. So we are co-hosting the Botanical Podcast. You can.
The girl off?
No.
We are the co-hosts on that podcast, and we want to give a shout out to Aisha Bright. Go ahead.
Correct. The Botanical Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. You can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever podcasts are available. Also, anybody in the CSRA area, you know what I'm saying? If y'all need a space, come holler at Mustang Lounge, because we need some promoters out there to come get some things popping for 2023.
Okay.
And you can follow me on Instagram, meanboy_D Hughes. And that's the same. Well, that's not the same on Facebook, but Facebook is my name, Dwayne. I don't even need to give all that information.
What's the Twitter?
Well, the Twitter is the Twitter.
Never mind, Kendrick.
Well, no, the Twitter is actually the same. I'm not on Twitter in that regard as other people are, but you know.
You can follow Dwayne on Jack, on me.
Ooh,
I'm just playing.
Big O.
No, wait. But no, seriously, I'm not on Twitter either, but I'm on King, King, Kenny, J, as in Jones, if you want to follow me on Instagram. However, go ahead, Corey. You got something to say?
I want to give a huge shout out to my fave official Rick Rosa. Do her, Donna. Do her. I'm with you when you right. Y'all go follow official Rick Rosa on Big O. Tell him Corey from the Gated Community sent you. He is a key.
Oh, hello.
No,
he was, but he's like, I live for Rick Rosa. So
and because of Corey, I follow him.
Yes,
he introduced us to Rick Rosa
and AKA Donna. Do her, Donna.
It's his everyday meme.
All right, y'all. That's it. Another episode of Links Live. You know who I am, Dame Links. Check me out on all social media. Make sure you check out my SoundCloud. And that's it. Look, I'm so glad you guys came through. I've said that a million times. It was a real fun,
thank you,
unorganized episode, but whatever. I had a great time.
I had so much fun.
I'll see you guys next week.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you moron.
It's called a gated community.
I'm in a gated community. All the gates are
You
locked.
live in a gated community.
The girls act like you can't get in a gated community, girl. I've been in so many gated communities.
If you don't live there and you talking about you pulling up to a bitch house, that's trespassing. Especially when it's a gated community.
African people are not pro-homosexual.
Who is having that conversation?